after seeing The Jungle Book, I went and saw Barbershop: The Next Cut. Um, this is a movie that, from the trailers, I wasn't really sold on. Only reason I wanted to see it was because I saw the other two Barbershop movies and I thought they were pretty good. I remember enjoying them. I haven't seen them in forever. Probably since the first time I saw them, which is probably about 10 years ago. And I remember liking them. I thought they were. I remember them being pretty good comedies, and I was like my big fat Greek wedding when I heard that they were making a sequel to this, a third Barbershop movie. I was like, why? Like, why 10 years later? Was there really a demand 10 years later for a Barbershop 3? I really don't think there was, but okay. It's like my big fat Greek wedding too. It's like it's completely unnecessary, but whatever. Um, Also, this one was going to be featuring Nicki Minaj, which I went, oh god, no, 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 no. That sounds really bad. Um, I almost wanted to avoid it just because Nicki Minaj was going to be in it. I was like, that sounds terrible. And for the most part, the jokes in the trailers weren't that very good, anyways. But this movie has been getting really good reviews. It's like up there with like the reviews for Jungle Book. They've been really good. Both the reviews for both movies have been equally as good. Um, and so I'm like, I was kind of curious. It's like, wow, this I really thought this movie would get like really low ratings and stuff like that, but no, it's not. It's getting really. The other movies did get really high praise from a lot of critics, but so yeah, you know what? This movie, I liked it. I did. It's kind of like The Jungle Book. I liked it. I had some problems with it, but I liked it. I thought it was a pretty damn good film. It's been a while since I've seen the Barbershop movies, so I can't really compare them to the other two. And that did kind of hurt my viewing experience seeing this movie because I haven't seen the first two in a long time. I forgot a lot of things, so but I wasn't very confused or anything like that. I don't. But there were parts of the movie I was like, was that a character in the first one or first two? I can't fucking remember. There were ones I do remember, but then there were ones I was like, I don't remember them being in the movie, but I'm not 100% sure. Um, Ice Cube, I thought did a really good performance in this film. I thought he was really good in this. He showed his acting chops throughout this, especially towards the end when he's talking about the bad parts of Chicago and how we need to clean it up and everything else, and how you know kids nowadays are leading a life of crime. And I was like, you can tell that this is something that is pretty close to his heart because he grew up not in Chicago but in Compton, and you've seen Straight Outta Compton. You know he had a life where he grew up in this kind of stuff, and it's he knows a little bit about it, and it's a subject that's close to his heart, and it's kind of funny seeing him, his younger years, like when he was doing NWA, and nowadays, and like how big like of a lifestyle change he's had, and that's just all because he grew up. I like Ice Cube. I thought he was really good in this movie. Like his acting was pretty goddamn solid, especially towards the end, where he's trying to. He just in this movie he wants to move to Barbershop to a safer part of Chicago, so him and his family can get away from all this gang-related violence and shit like that. I kind of was shocked when I saw this movie that this didn't delve too much into, like the police shootings and stuff like that. I thought it would go that route, but it didn't. I'm actually kind of surprised it didn't because of how very topical it is, but they still delved into a topical subject like gang shootings and stuff, which is still very topical nowadays. Gang violence and everything else, Black Lives Matter and everything else. I thought Cedric the Entertainer, like, the other ones, Cedric the Entertainer, I thought was one of the funniest parts of it. He's one of the best parts of this. He has some of the best lines like he did in the first one. He's very fucking funny. He looks old too. I don't know if it was the makeup, but he's looking pretty old nowadays. I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, man, he's still the wisecrack. He has some of the best lines throughout this movie. What was my favorite line in the movie, or as somebody said, "This is the best time to be a black person," or something like that. And he said, "Yeah, except if you're Will Cosby." That made me laugh. I laughed at that. Also, people like Common and Regina Hall and stuff like that. Two actors that I remember Regina Hall was started out doing. I remember her doing those goddamn scary movie films and seeing her where she's at now. She's a pretty goddamn good actress. I give her a lot of credit. Good for her. She's turned out to become a pretty good, serious actress. And also Common, I thought, has grown as an actor too. Like he has some pretty goddamn good acting scenes in this movie. His relationship with Eve is pretty interesting. Is pretty good. Like, I actually kind of like these characters. This movie, like I said, it's a very serious and it has a very good heart to it. And it has takes it while it's a comedy, it does deal with some really touching issues nowadays in the black community. Like I said, with gang relations and also violence. They do find a way to make light of some of the topical stuff nowadays, but also they know when to get serious when talking about that shit. Like I said, they do talk a little bit about the police shootings and stuff like that, and how bad that's getting. That's one of the things they do talk about. I love the dialogue in this movie. It is very good. It feels genuine too. It doesn't feel forced. That's one of the things I remember about the other ones, is that dialogue feels really genuine. It feels like something that people like in an actual barbershop would be talking about. It's very funny. If I were to say one thing that I didn't like about this movie, I'm sure you can figure out the one thing I didn't like about this movie. That was Nicki Minaj. In the span of 4 hours, I watched in the Jungle Book Christopher Walken attempt to sing, and then with Barbershop I saw Nicki Minaj attempt to act, and both failed miserably. I thought she was really bad in this movie. This girl cannot act one fucking iota. Holy God, when she needs to show emotion, it doesn't feel genuine at all. It is very distracting. I think maybe some people are giving her a pass. I'm not. I thought she was terrible. Nicki Minaj is famous for only one thing and one thing only, and that is her ass. And that's the only thing that's making her millions, which, God bless her, whatever, but that's not even a fucking real ass anyways. She had some kind of injections in that shit. And of course, half the jokes in this movie are about her ass. It's like if Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Lopez, when she does movies and does comedies, all the jokes about her are not all about her ass. It's fucking she's a one joke character, and it's just I hated her in this movie. I wanted to see Eve punch the shit out of her throughout this movie. She's not a very likable character. I couldn't stand her. Nicki Minaj should not act like Christopher Walken should not sing. She didn't kill the movie for me. I'll say that. I want to say that right now. But she was one big downside to the movie. And that's pretty much all I got with the Barbershop Next Cut. I do recommend it. It is a good movie. as far as trailers go, I got a weird assortment of trailers here. Central Intelligence, I got a new trailer for that. That's that fucking trail. That's that movie that's come out. The Rock and Kevin Hart, where the tagline is, "In order for you to be a hero, all you need is a big heart and a little, no, sorry, a little heart and a big Johnson." And then the beginning of the trailer shows like an extended version of the little bit we saw in the first trailer, where it's a big fat the Rock is a big fat kid being picked on and in the showers or something like that because he has a weird penis or something. I don't know. It's like, I don't know how that's gonna go. I like The Rock. I like Kevin Hart, but I don't know. We'll see. It's from the guy who made Weird and Millers. I got The Birth of a Nation. This is a movie that I keep. When everybody was bitching about the Oscars being all white this year, I said wait till next year because The Birth of a Nation is probably going to dominate the Oscars next year. And if the trailer is any indication, this looks fucking great. This trailer was amazing. Like, it's an intense, bleak as hell trailer. If you don't know what The Birth of a Nation is about, it's a movie. It's a movie about the Nate Turner? What's the guy's name? Nate, is it Nate? About the slave rebellion that was led by. Let me look it up real quick. I don't want to get this right, and not get people bitching at me for getting the wrong name here. So I can't remember if Nate Turner is the name of the actor or the guy it's based off of. Yeah, Nat Turner. There you go. It is. I was right. Nat Turner. It's based off the Nat Turner Rebellion. He was a black priest who led a slave rebellion during the Civil War, and it caused a lot of bloodshed and a lot of. It's a fucked up story. Go look it up if you never. I've heard, like, I never knew how bad it was until I read about it. I remember reading it briefly in history books, but you don't really hear much about it. It looks really good. It's a very intense trailer. I'm really looking forward to that. If it's as good as everybody's saying it is, because it got premiered at Sundance, and like every film studio wanted the rights to that film like almost immediately. Like they paid a shitload of money. Fox Searchlight's Pictures paid a lot of money to get that film. It's a movie that's been getting like a really high praise from critics, so we'll see how that goes. Also, they need to change the. I am in the belief they need to change the title of that movie, because if you don't know, there was a movie called The Birth of a Nation. It's considered one of the greatest films of all time, but it was made in the 1920s, and it's a movie where the heroes of the film are the Ku Klux Klan. Yes, it was that kind of era. So it's kind of hard putting, like, it's like, oh god, like, there might be people that might think this is going to be a remake of that. No, it's not. Thank God. When the Bow Breaks. Okay, I gotta talk about this trailer. I got a trailer for this movie called When the Bow Breaks. I don't know if anybody's seen this trailer. This might be one of the most bizarre things I've seen, concepts I've seen put on film in a while. It's a movie about a married couple, who wants to have a baby, but they have trouble getting pregnant and everything else. So they get a surrogate, like a lot of people do. And the surrogate has an abusive boyfriend who goes to jail, and she needs a place to stay. So she stays with the couple that she had, or that she's gonna give the baby to. And then it starts to become single white female, where she's wanting to get the attention of the husband. She's wanting to have sex with the husband. It's also like single white female mixed in with when the the hand rocks the cradle, and that she now also wants to take possession of the baby and also murder it too intentionally. It's fucked up beyond belief. It's like, wow, that's different. God, that sounds fucked up. Like, I'm kind of curious about that. I don't know if it's gonna be any good. Probably not, but that's an interesting concept of a film. I'll give it that. I was like, my jaw dropped when I was watching the trailer for this thing. Um, Almost Christmas. It's this is all you need to know about it. It's another family comedy, like a movie about a family that meets during Christmas, but it's an African American family. It's there was a movie that came out last year. It was like that. Love the Coopers or whatever. What the hell was it or something like that? It's something like that, but if it was a black family this time instead of a white one. There you go. It's every fucking family Christmas movie you've ever seen in your entire life mixed into one. It also has Danny Glover and shit like that in it. And Monique, who, if I remember correctly, kept saying that she can't get any roles in Hollywood because of her winning an Oscar, which makes no fucking sense, but whatever. And she pops up in this. And then the last trailer, god damn it, last trailer I got was Boo! A Medea Halloween. I'm not saying anything about this anymore than I need to, other than fuck Tyler Perry. I implore African American people to fucking quit giving this asshole money. He's a talentless hack who can't do fucking comedy, he can't direct, he can't write, he can't act, except in Gone Girl. This guy is terrible. Medea's not funny. There's a million people out there who think that Medea is not funny, but he keeps being allowed to be making this stupid fucking shit. I can't stand it. I'm done. I'm not going to waste my time talking about him anymore, other than that. That's all I got to say. That's as far as my reviews go. I'll be back in the next few days. I'm going to try to go see Huntsman Winter's War tonight. And when I do, I will have a review for that. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.